Okay, so our first question comes from one of the teachers. She were asking about why shouldn't we use the alphabetical order in teaching Jolly Phonics?
Well, I mean, the interesting thing is that there is a code to English, and we thought about the order. Now, you could use the alphabetic order and then go on and do the digraphs after that, and then go on to trigraphs and then alternative spellings and so on. But it's not as efficient because you can't make so many words in the beginning. So we chose to just go with the sounds and forget about alphabetical order for the moment, and then only come into the alphabetical order when we need to do dictionary work and so on. So we chose the order, starting with the S and then the A and then the T, just so that we could make more words. And we try to keep the letter B and D separate, the B and the D, because they get muddled more easily. But whatever program you choose, you need to follow that program, because the program then provides the words so that you can work out, you know, with the children the words. So if you've taught the S, A, T, then you can teach the words sat and at, because the children can be taught how to work it out. With the S, at, you get sat. If you just have at, you get at. So it is it's important to follow the program that you're using. If you just teach the alphabet sounds, then you're only teaching about a quarter of the code. And so if you don't know what the code is, then I do suggest that you get hold of it. I can supply it to you, Nagla, but you have one like this in the phonics handbook, and you can see here, you can see all the different ways of making a sound, all the difference of writing that sound. So here we've got the A, and it's not just one way of representing the A sound. We have a lot of them. So you need to study this as teachers to learn how the alphabetic code works. But if you do Jolly Phonics and you just follow the lesson notes and you study it, you'll find it in the end becomes easy, and it's so much more effective. We used to teach in a different way, and it's very hard to change your ways. We used to just teach whole words, and then the children had to memorize those whole words. Then we'd teach them a bit about the alphabet sounds, so they could then use the first letter to help them work out words. And this worked for a lot of children, but our head of department noticed that many children did not learn well. And she looked at them further up in the school, and the children who were good at reading, when they came to a word they didn't know, they worked it out. But the poor children, they didn't. They either guessed and guessed incorrectly, or they had to say, I don't know. And that's when the decision was made to change our method of teaching. And so instead of teaching children words, because lots of them couldn't remember them, and there's an awful lot of words, we have now 1 million in English, so you know that's not a sensible way. And so we changed it to the letter sounds, and that was when we all saw what a big jump in standards our children had. They found it much easier, and that was the first change in our method. And then the second change was when we were asked to do a research project, and the aim of it was to teach the children to hear the sounds in words. Now, some children could hear the sounds and other children found it difficult, but we could then tune them in. So if they wanted to write the word hat, they just had to listen, at, dog, d, o, g. And by doing this, you tune them all in to being able to hear those sounds. That's called segmenting. And then when we put the two together, we took all our children from below average, on the whole this was, and they went into the average or above average. So it was much stronger. And that's why Jolly Phonics has gone around the world, because people try it, follow it, and they find it is much better than what they did before. So I do recommend have a go, but follow the instructions, because the order that we chose is how we've worked out the words. And I don't know, you might see this little book. This will help you to understand it, the word bank. And in the beginning, you've just got a few letter sounds, but of course there's not many words that use those letter sounds. So you then have a few more letter sounds, and then you start to get many more words. So you can see here, I think you can. So you can see many more words can be worked out with the new letter sound and the letter sounds that have gone before that you've taught already. So the secret is always never ask the children to read anything that they can't work out. That's in the beginning until they become fluent, good readers. So I hope that helps.
Okay, so is